Hey Dad,
What?
can you help me a little with my business project?
When do you have to turn in this project?
It's due tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
A need is something you need to survive, like your water or electricity. A want is something you need that you do not need to survive. For example, your new Apple Watch or your new iPhone 7 mini. But something you need is something like this.
Insurance is a thing provided for protection against a possible casualty. So for health, let's say you all of a sudden get sick, then the health insurance, because you paid a monthly fee in order to pay for that health insurance, they will pay for all your bills to get better. For the thing about your personal information, here is the date. You have to write this to stay organized, and here's the picture they order. You have to write this in the letter form. So $158 if you need $158. Here is you write the numerical form, so it's 158. If you write 4, this is the memo section. So if you write this, it helps you remember who you're writing it to. And here is your signature. It should look like your name, and it should be very neat. And down here is very important information about the check. It's the routing number and the account number.
Hey Dad, can you teach me what GDP is?
Okay, son. GDP stands for Gross Domestic Product. GDP is the total market value of all finished goods and services produced within a nation in 1 year. So GDP is a very, very good way to see how countries are doing financially. So GDP is made out of consumer spending, government spending, investments, and imports and exports. There is form, possession, time, informational, and price. Form is, for example, how different types of the product, like the shape or the color. Possession is how you can pay for it, like not just cash but debit, credit, whatever. And then there's time, which is when the product is sold, which is like Christmas time, Christmas tree, you sell Christmas tree. And the information is how you advertise, and the price is where you can.
Hey Dad, teach me how to write a good resume.
Okay. Resumes are made out of these 3 key things: your cover letter, resume, and reference sheet. So your cover letter is first introducing yourself to the interviewer, saying how good of a person you are, and then your resume. Resume is talking about all the great things about you, all the things that are good to the business, and then the next is the reference sheet. This is kind of like the resume, except you get all your information from different people saying how great you are. What you have to do is you have to know your material but never memorize it. Also, look at the audience members at least 50% of the time, just like I am, and then vary your voice around and like facial expression, make it move around, and then use very natural gestures like you're very into it. Also, do not ever apologize for your grammatical errors, but always apologize when you insult them or their family. You know that's very disrespectful. And like Miss Moda say, practice, practice, practice in front of your parents, mirror, whatever.
Can you please teach me how to have a good interview?
Okay, boy, in order to have a good interview, first thing you have to do is dress nicely. And also you have to bring a portfolio. And in your portfolio, you bring at least 6 copies of a resume. 6 copies of your resume. And on this side, you usually write your reference sheet. Sorry, I forgot mine. But, okay, during the interview, all you have to do is give a lot of eye contact and talk very, very, very articulately, okay? Ethics are what an individual or business think is from right and wrong. So when businesses do things, they always act depending on what they think is right or wrong. So this is very important business, and you'll be very careful. Because, for example, let's think of this monkey right here. This monkey is very balanced. So once you what businesses do, they have to be very lawful, but at the same time they should be
Excel is very smart, even smarter than us Asians. And the thing is, it will always make everything easier for you. For example, look at all these options at the top. This thing is capable of calculating anything. It's capable of making pivot charts to make everything much more easily visible. For example, let's say I highlighted the 1, 2, 3 here in the month section. So let's drag down all the way to 20. And look, it already does everything for me, because Excel is very smart. And